Hi, hello, my name's Ollie Bliss and this is my channel Book Draw, and for those who don't know, I enjoy looking at queer fiction. Today I am doing something entirely different, but not, because I'm doing a tag. But I'm doing a Tipsy tag, which is one of those tags where you feel like, is it something that I should really be putting on my channel? Is it something that's actually I shouldn't be doing at all? It's probably something I shouldn't be doing at all. But back in February, and we're now in July, I said, or I was tagged into it, and like my partner actually says, just because people ask you to do things, you shouldn't do them. And it's something that I'm working on. But and if you know what, I mean, it's July, so I've taken my own sweet damn time to do this tag right now. But I've been in a situation where I've gone out and had a few drinks. I'm alone in my hotel room through work. Had a wonderful evening. I went out to see some performances in Newcastle for Curious Festival, which is a queer festival. Some spectacular performances too. I'll add details below. I won't talk about them. I'm supposed to be talking about tag here. And afterwards I had a few drinks. And the whole point of this tag, I believe, is that you are supposed to do this tag when you're tipsy. And I have waited for that kind of moment where you're tipsy enough to have a go, but also you're tipsy enough to actually hold a camera and like be asked. And because I have spoken to Shawn in the past via messaging and stuff, saying I can't even remember, but I've had like a drink, and he's like, "Why aren't you doing the tag?" Because I was too drunk. But now I'm at that kind of level where it's about right, where I can just be like, okay, let's do the tag. So I'm trying to, like, I was trying to, because I had taken the picture on this phone about the questions, which I haven't even looked at. I'm going to read through the questions and do the OK Booksically tag, the tipsy version, and share with you my uncensored opinions. So that would be okay. Let's just do this. So there are 9 questions. Okay. So tell us about your user, blog, channel name, and your real name. So my real name is Ollie Bliss. There is a story behind that though. So I spell it O-L-Y, basically, because I had a massive crush on my CDT teacher. Now CDT is Craft Design and Technology, and the guy who was leading that class was an Italian, not stallion, just Italian guy called, actually I shouldn't say, should I? But basically, so he was my teacher, and he was the first person who basically spelt my name O-L-Y. And I'm aware that he was, like me, dyslexic, and I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. And basically, I was massively into him because he was very attractive. He had dark hair, but he was very approachable and very friendly. And at that time, I was very unusual because I was very kind of young and awkward. And he also played piano, and he was just, it was cool because he went outside and around the corner and he would smoke fags. And as a kid, seeing a teacher do that, I never went and smoked with him, but I was kind of like at that age. Not smoking is cool, it's totally ridiculous to do. End up killing yourself early with kids. But yeah, he was very attractive, dark features, kind of olivey skin, dark eyelashes. But anyway, that whole illusion has completely gone because a couple of years later I'd left, gone to college, came back. I was probably about a foot taller than him, and the moment was gone. It was quite sad. I'd literally outgrown him physically and mentally and emotionally and everything else. But for some reason, from the age of 15, and I am in my 30s now, I am still spelling my name that way, O-L-Y. And so that's my name. And also, easier on the characters. So there we go. Open Instagram and search and chat about the first 3 images. I don't think I can do... Okay, so I've got Twitter instead. I can't do Instagram because that's on this phone, and if I did that won't work. I will look at some images which are on here instead. Just have a look at some images. There's a picture of a Toyota car. That is not what anyone is interested in. That is an advert, people. That is very disappointing with all social media, like how they've embraced that. Someone has literally tweeted a picture of an overturned toilet which says, "Fucking mayhem at Hendon Bridge today." And it says, "Get this shitbox away from the houses." No joke, like that is actually what it says, as proof. I'm not even making that up. Oh, and there's a picture of Juno Dawson, who is a wonderful human being and a massive general advocate for all things LGBT. And then the third person is Daro Brian Thomas, who has a new profile pic. Which is that? I don't even remember, like, signing up to him. So there you go. I hope that was interesting for you. Okay. Open YouTube and talk about the first 3 videos. I can't do any of this. Bear with. Another advert of a Cadbury inventor, and it's got a black woman who is about to eat a slice. An underrated Vine compilation, because I still love Vines. I know they're gone, but I can't help myself at all. And then Mojo, the top 10 worst scenes in parody movies. And it's got an image of, I forget her name, but she's the woman from Hunger Games, who, Effie. Effie, it is Effie, isn't it? Or something like Effie. I love Mojo. It gives me all the juicy gossip. Okay, so the next question. Your favourite song to listen to while reading, writing, and how many plays it has got? I am massively like a mood listener and a mood reader, but right now I don't know why, because I used to really enjoy it, but like I've been re-listening to Ariana one last time. I don't know why, but I am loving that right now. And I've only recently actually, have you actually sat down and listened to the lyrics properly? Because it's pretty messed up. She like literally wants to sleep with whatever guy, and she knows that like he's with whoever he's with, and she just wants to get in there, and she knows that even if he is in her heart, that she just wants that one last night. And before, because she's so like high pitched and you don't even hear what she's saying, it's just like, I love this. I love listening to this. And now I'm like, oh, that's actually quite problematic, but still, it's worth a boogie, and it's lovely in terms of Ariana Grande and what she represents for Manchester, I suppose. But she's really good fun. She can sing. She can sing so good. So there we go. Okay, favourite book on your shelf at the moment? I have no shelf. I'm in a hotel. But in my bag right now, I have got Simon Savage book related to Nightwood, which we're going to be doing for Queer Quarterly. Watch out for that. I'm also listening right now to Sarah Walters' Paying Guests with the Laurens, aka Whitey and Croc, and the pair of them, we had this whole like goal situation for the days where we were going to be on target. None of us are living up to those targets right now, but I'm enjoying what I'm listening to so far. So yeah, I'm sure they're my favourites right now. Favourite bookish thing you love using as a probe in your pictures and videos? A probe? What? Favourite bookish thing you love using as a prop in your pictures and videos? Like, oh, is that supposed to be prop? Okay, so like, in my normal videos where I'm at home, I'm on my little seat, and I've got the slug behind me, which has got little fairy lights, and I basically enjoy having that because it provides lighting in the back, and the slug has a little bee of Manchester, and it's also queer because it's long and disproportionately sized, so it's not like one equal size all round. But I think the slug will be changed into a new slug, but it's just called Slug. Okay, number 7. 3 books that you are dying to reread, but you probably never will. Reread. So, I guess this is on my mind just because, like, I'd previously watched a video with Todd, the librarian, who is amazing. And I'd very much enjoy being in the state with him and just hanging out with him. He's a very cool dude. But he is going to be doing Northern Lights, which I haven't actually read, but I have watched the movie, and I know this is like a thing that people are angry at me for doing, but because I was on holiday, I just picked up my little sister's book for the second one, the Spyglass. Is it? Oh no, it's the Supple Knife, isn't it? So I started reading the Supple Knife, and I hadn't actually read the first book, and I was, of course, very confused why they're in a different place and world, and I've never so far got round to reading that first book, and will I ever? I don't know. People don't seem overly fussed by the Book of Dust, to be fair, and I'm just wondering, will I actually get around to it? Because there are so many other more interesting things to probably be reading. Is that harsh? But dying to reread. I really enjoyed actually the Tales of Narnia. I guess I'm just on a kind of fantasy plane right now, but because some of those latest stories were lovely, and they had quite like nostalgic kind of messaging when you're at a certain stage in your life and then you're no longer able to enter Narnia. And I feel like maybe the doors of Narnia are closed to me, but I would have loved, or I would love, to go back and hang out with them all. Particularly in the last book when it's all kind of closing down. But there were some just lovely messages in that too, in terms about growing up, growing on, I don't know. Number 8, amazing bookish finds. This can be books, bookish things, or bookish moments. Bookish finds. Can I just pass? I feel like I've chatted on anyway. Bookish things, all the things. Do you know what it is? It's like going into a charity shop and just being able to have like a nice little scout, and then you see that book which you've kind of been like, oh, I really wanted it. Actually, this is like with the Grasshopper Jungle, because like it's one of those books which I'm like, I knew that book existed, and it's one of those books which I've heard a lot of really positive things, and it was really exciting to be able to like get it and get it for cheap. That's always like a little reward. So I think like, yeah, like charity shopping and finding those hidden books are always cool. Okay, so hottest authors and author crushes. That guy who did Guapa, I forget what his name is. What is his name? I will add it below. He's fine. Like he's in. Do you know what? He's fine in black and white. But then I've also seen some color images of him, and it's just like, oh, so the lighting or whatever was doing it a lot. Maybe it's just because he's beardy. Actually, that Benjamin, I want to say Miles or Miller, he's very beardy and interesting looking, and I saw him doing a talk at Bradford Literature Festival. He's quite fine too. I'm sure there are others. I can't think of them all quite right now. Yeah, no, I'm not massive on the bookish crushes, and I think I'm just more probably drawn to the beards anyway. Anyway, I hope this was a good enough tipsy tag. I don't know if it feels like I'm not very coherent anyway right now. I just want to say hi to Shawn and hi to everybody else who was part of the Mural Sparks, the Comforters reads. It was massively fun to do it all with you. But also a big shout out to Shawn. I finally got on and did it. So I hope it's been a worthwhile wait. Alright, bye.